Hey everyone, want to know the bizarre happenings in this town? Car Guy decides to dive into the nightmare truth. He arrives at the old restaurant, and the sight is jaw-dropping like the restaurant owner signed up for a monster meet and greet. While the sheriff is having a mental timeout tied to a Car Guy quickly unties the sheriff, who rushes over to have the restaurant owner, repeatedly saying "I'm sorry," more dramatic than as the man and deputy find a harvest of seasonal veggies in the woods. The deputy, overjoyed, shouts, "Enough for a town feast." Meanwhile, the woman wakes up. Seeing Car Guy's dad with a gun, she thinks no family reunion here. The old man insists she explains why she's holding Car Guy's box. When her son's been missing for 40 years, she introduces herself as if she's running an ad. "Hi, I'm the female special edition." She steps into the town, and the locals seem trapped in a giant whirlpool, with bizarre happenings making her feel like she's entered a time warp. Her son, the little artist, has now evolved into Car Guy, and to prove she's not lying, she activates the town's tourist guide mode by listing some names. All these names showed up online as missing persons, but the old man gives a puppy eyes look, shrugging in disbelief until she casually mentions she always sees a lighthouse and kids, astonishing the old man, who believes her and prepares food, thinking, food solves all problems. He takes her to see the artist and his sister's childhood room. The old pictures seem to be sending a silent "help me" message. The old man hopes she's honest, thinking, "My son might still live," she assures, 99. She mentions her wife used to say she could see the lighthouse and those pleading kids. It's like this town is a despair island. Townspeople are like ghosts in the fog, yet full of hope for life. Each time her chatters, despair tags along like a shadow, and the kids are choosing the same. But it never works. She seems the potential candidate. Upon hearing this, the scenes before her leave her dumbfounded. All the images from the paintings mirror what she witnessed in the town, including the ghostly boy in white she encountered multiple times. "Lol, you can't come in here, got it?" The lady doctor blocks the girl's entrance, but the girl innocently says the restaurant owner was harmed by a monster. This breaks the lady doctor's heart, and the sheriff and Car Guy gently take the restaurant owner's body to a clean. "Last night, you were with the restaurant owner. Why didn't the monster torment you?" Car Guy can't resist asking, his gut telling him things aren't that simple. At that moment, the sheriff feels uneasy and leaves in agony, while the man and the deputy skip back to town in high spirits, excitedly informing the locals about the food in the woods like it's a food expo. But seeing their serious faces, the man senses something's off. After confirming his child is safe, the man sighs in relief when the deputy suddenly realizes it might be his mom, yelling, "Mom." He wishes desperately for a response from his mom, but silence surrounds him, and he prepares to head to the restaurant for clues. The lady doctor follows, and when they reach the restaurant, he receives an answer he can hardly believe. His parents have both fallen victim to the monster. After some calm, he asks the lady doctor for help in addressing his mother's mysteries. The lady doctor agrees readily. While Car Guy watches over the restaurant owner, she frowns at the sight. She never imagined the monster could be so brutal. She feels incapable of fulfilling the deputy's request, to which Car Guy says, "You can stay and help deal with the monster." Just then, the girl arrives with a shirt the restaurant owner loved. The lady doctor thanks her, and her bitterness starts to fade. The long-haired girl hasn't eaten for 4 days and suddenly realizes she's lost a tooth for no reason. The sheriff's son rushes her to the lady doctor, but the nurse says the nurse offers to check, and the sheriff's son doubts her abilities, but after the exam, she reports everything's fine, even the baby and the long-haired girl. This reassures the sheriff's son, but the next thing long-haired girl does is quite odd. She takes a bite of the food the deputy and the man brought back. She thinks it tastes heavenly and grabs a few more when no one's watching, hiding in a corner as she devours it, while the sheriff is still in a state of collapse. The sheriff is haunted by visions of the restaurant owner's attack in unbearable pain. He finds the deputy at the bar and asks, "What do you need all these barrels of booze?" The deputy angrily replies, "I'll torch the monster in the cave." The sheriff joins him. They set traps at the entrance, awaiting nightfall. The sheriff tells his son, "I'll catch another monster." Meanwhile, they organize the owner's clothes for next steps. The lady doctor and Car Guy are waiting for the crucial moment, as the deputy approaches for a final farewell with his mom. Julie finds the girl, thanking her for saving her and her brother last night. Julie mentions she's recently heard odd whispers, fearing she might end up like the girl used to be. The girl promises she's available if Julie needs help, while the lady leader is currently dealing with the cow harmed by the monster last night. The boy approaches, recognizes last night's cow, asking if the monster was cruel to the restaurant owner. The lady leader shakes her head, no. Julie shouts in anger, blaming her dad, "I shouldn't have gone to the woods," leaving them to face last night's monster alone, as no one can handle it for long. Even though Mom's been out for 4 days, The man believes she's still alive and promises Julie he won't leave the siblings alone again. She's gradually relaxing and preparing to drift into a peaceful slumber when, unexpectedly, the phone rings loudly in the house. Hello, Dad. This is Tommy's. Hello there. Hello, 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 hello. Anyone there? Hello, 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 hello. Anyone there? Hello, Dad. It's Tommy's. The man receives a call from his deceased child. Can't be my child. But at the other end, it keeps calling Dad, saying he shouldn't have let the other two kids play outside since nightfall is approaching. The man bolts outside for his kids, while the sheriff rings a bell before dark. Spotting the kids safe, he quickly calls them back home. When the phone rings again, the man angrily hangs up, convinced this is all a monster's trick. Meanwhile, Car Guy continues measuring the distance of how the town's houses move. Trying to find key clues, he calculates it out and decides to camp out by the girl's place, kickstarting a series of ghostly mischief plans.